Welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Samantha. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. How are you?
I'm annoyed. I am annoyed right now. I'm just like, I don't know, just a lot of things. Like, I forgot my computer charger at my sister's house, so I'm like using this wonky ass charger that I hope works throughout this podcast. I just came outside from taking Jupiter on a quick walk so that he doesn't bug us during the podcast, and it's hot as fuck outside.
I know.
And I was sweating, and I'm just like, men are so annoying. Like, this man was like, let me help you wipe that sweat off or whatever. And I was like, ew. And then I walked back.
They can't possibly think that's like sexy. It's
like, oh,
it's sweat.
Right. And then I was like, and then I obviously had to walk back to my home, and he's like, oh, you came back? And I'm just like, no,
oh my God. Leave me alone.
Especially if I'm hot. Like, my thing is just like, this is the wrong, no time would be
You're 50, sir.
Me.
Stop talking to me.
But stop talking to me when I am sweating and hot and just trying to get inside. Like, it's
but men are crazy, because what about that was like a sexy little thing? It's like someone wiping sweat off of me would be like the most miserable thing in the heat. Sweat is disgusting. Like, nothing about the whole cat call was sexy. It was just stupid.
My thing is just like men, honestly, like, they need to lead with money. Like, if you want to get my attention in any way, shape, or form, they need to leave with money.
Miss Shira 7 herself over here.
I think this was like on TikTok this week. Like, some man was like mad because a girl didn't speak to him in public, or like didn't speak back. And it's just like, sir, I'm about to buy these groceries right now. Like, I'm here in my regular life. Like, if you say like, hey, like, I'm gonna buy your groceries, and I'm like, okay, like, we can talk to the register, like. But if you're just coming here to waste my time and take up my energy, it's just so annoying. But anyways, that's how I'm doing.
And money's the only way to not waste your time. Like, what if they're cheating, they're lying, but if there's just money, your time is not wasted.
Seem attracted to them, then maybe I'll stop. But not in this heat. Like, it's just like,
I don't think there's any world that if I'm walking my dog and someone is on the street trying to talk to me that I would, even if I was a single person, I would talk. We would have to meet a way different setting than that. I probably would just be like, okay.
But I'm just saying, like, I do feel like this man, another time, because, they just be talking to you. I was at the gas station. I'm on my way to work. I'm at the gas station, and he's like talking to me. He's old too.
Oh God!
Like, we could just have like a nice time. Blah 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 blah. Like, I'm a nice guy. And I'm like, if you're not offering to like help me with like I'm having to go to work right now and struggle. Like, if you're not helping me, then you need to get out of my face. Especially if you're old.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, old. You better come with something. I'm talking a lot of money. I'm not talking to anyone old. But I'm doing good. I'm like tired. I'm really, really tired these days. I feel like I have not been sleeping well this week, and then it's like working out, and then just I don't know. It's just I feel like all my social plans I had. I feel like I'm going. So I'm just like for example, tomorrow I have like to go to a birthday party. It's like I'm just can't wait. Tomorrow my friend Anka is having like a little rooftop birthday gathering, so I'm like it'll be fun, but I'm just kind of like right now all I want to do is lay on the couch, but I'm gonna go obviously because that's my girl. Me either. Like Julia says that too, because even today it's like I woke up, like fed the dogs, walked the dogs. We then go to, I then come home. I immediately get ready to go to the workout class. I go to the workout class. I come home, I take a shower, eat lunch, and then I immediately have to go to my doctor's appointment. I go to my doctor's appointment. I come home. I have 45 minutes before this. It's like already I have yet had any time today where I can just like chill. And so it's just like, and Julia's always just like, I don't know how you do it, because I do this to myself all the time. It's like I always just have something else to do. So I'm just excited to relax. But I actually have a topic I want to talk about. Let's get to it. Okay, so on trial this week, and not really trial for a bad thing, but just, the topic about Chaka Khan. So like I had saw her tiny desk when I was in my Uber, and it was fantastic. But the one thing I was struck by was that, like, pretty much for most of her songs, she was able to just like put the microphone out at the crowd and they sang the whole song basically. And I was looking at the comments, and they were just kind of like, yeah, like literally the other day I was like driving in my car, and I was like a 3-hour ride, and all I did was play Chaka Khan. Like, she, like, pretty much so many of her songs have become like classics that she's able to go on the road. People can sing it word for word, any generation. And it's the majority of her songs. Like, literally, I'm looking at her songs. It's like Through the Fire, like I Feel For You, I'm Every Woman, Tell Me Something Good, Sweet Thing, Do You Love What You Feel, like Ain't Nobody. Like, there's so many songs that, like, growing up, I'm like, I know I could literally sing this right now. And I was just kind of like, and I feel like there's other people from that generation, like my parents' generation, like that could do that. Like Whitney Houston, I think, could do that. I mean, I was a Luther kid growing up, so like in my mind, I'm like Luther, but I don't know if that's true. But there's like, there's other people that could do that, and I was like, who from our generation is a person who has like most of their songs by the time we are like older with kids that can like, appreciate music, it will still be like fluent to them, like it will still be automatic classics. Besides Beyonce is obviously like off the table, but like besides the obvious choice, like Michael Jackson would have been the obvious choice for back then. It's like besides Beyonce, because Chaka Khan obviously is not Michael Jackson. I don't know. Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know if it's SZA. Like, I think like, because I think she's also at a time in her life, she's just now breaking out as like a mainstream artist. I feel like prior to SOS, people love exactly. Like people love maybe Mariah Carey, maybe Rihanna, maybe, but I don't even think people like know Rihanna that are Gen Z like that.
I think they might,
because they might know Rihanna, but
like popular songs.
Yes, but
like Shine Bright Like a Diamond.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe Rihanna, but who do you think it is? Like, I'm like, who is it? Like, who are other people besides Beyonce?
I mean, I would say some of those people. Like, I think, I don't know if anybody has like a catalog, because I'm like thinking about like, some people that like they might know like boot up, like like songs like that they might know, but
like one hit wonders. But we're talking about somebody with a catalog.
People don't have catalogs anymore,
which is sad, and maybe that's like a thing. I mean, that's go back to Beyonce, a body of work. People don't make body of works anymore. But no, I think that's like an interesting conversation. It's like, like a lot of these people, they come in and they have maybe one or two good hits, but it's not like anything where it's like catalog of work that like you could play it right now and people could sing like next one. And it was just blew my mind, because I'm like, I listened to Chaka Khan growing up, but definitely my parents were not Chaka Khan like enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had other people they were playing over her, but I still know at least 7 songs back to back if they played it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just a different time too. Like, we had to live with those songs for longer because there wasn't such like, I think there's like, our attention spans are so like, it's very rare, I think, for people to live with an album for a long time. And so, and I just think it's different. Nobody listens to the radio. Like, it's very much like you choose what you're going to listen to. So,
as much as we don't want to say it, do you think Taylor Swift might do that?
I don't know damn Taylor Swift.
I know we don't, but like, we have to think and put ourselves in the context of the like broader.
So are we talking about Black people or?
I mean, in my mind, it was just, could anyone hold that type of tiny desk? Like, at 60, could anyone have a tiny desk where they turn the mic and every song they play, people are singing word for word? I think Beyonce, I mean, I don't listen to Taylor Swift either, but I can understand that she has an impact. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand she has an impact, and I can understand she just like broke records with the tour that I would imagine she could at one point. But
it depends.
If we took them off the table, yeah, it depends on the audience for sure. I'm like, who? I don't know. I really don't know who else could do something like that, which was like what the thought I was having when I was like, oh, that's an interesting conversation. But I think you're kind of right. They don't make body of works anymore.
I mean, maybe like rappers, that would be a different thing. Like singers is different, I think. I think there are some rappers that might be able to, like when people, like when, who came on there and it was like lit? Like, I don't know, maybe it was Juvenile.
And everyone knew every song he was singing and the words.
Pretty much.
I think you're right with audience matters. Yeah, I think you're right where audience matters. I know the audience for Tiny Desk is like the workers of NPR who like to sign up to go to that show. So
I think it's like more broad than that now.
But I know that the majority of the tickets are NPR because I once looked it up, and I've once applied to a job for that position. So I do know the perks, but it's just interesting though. But it's sad. I wish there were, because I was like, when we get older, am I just gonna be playing Beyonce for a bunch of people? But maybe that's it. I don't know. But I'm like, yeah, like I grew up with so many. There are I could probably count at least 7 artists from my parents' time that if someone played it, I could probably sing at least 7 of their songs.
I mean, honestly, I think we're going to be passing down their songs too.
Which is really interesting.
Like with our other songs, yeah.
Because I was like...
I think we might pass down Aaliyah songs, but I don't think people will know that.
I mean, I liked Aaliyah, but I wasn't that pressed over Aaliyah to have. Like,
I mean, I think if I have a kid, it's like you need to know who Aaliyah is.
I think I would just be like, you need to know who she is, and that's kind of it.
I like Aaliyah songs.
And then I was thinking for our parent generation, it's like Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. There's Chaka Khan.
Yeah,
Whitney
music
Houston.
was different.
There's so many hits, like
and you had to have a voice back then too.
And they all have a catalog of work. These people, I mean, body of work that I'm like naming. Like they all have like, you know, they all have something that at least 7 songs that like people could consistently sing. And so I'm just like, wow, music has failed us lately in our time.
I know, it's a different time.
Yeah,
it's sad. That's why we're like bringing back. You know, I just thought about like being like, because honestly, like Taylor Swift hasn't really gotten to me yet, but like Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
Like I feel like some of her songs are like, you know, some of her songs from her first album. That's pretty much it that I can still sing.
I really like Radio. I feel like
for you, it's all
this is the thing. I don't listen to Taylor Swift, but I can understand her like that she has an impact and she has motion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I understand that Lana Del Rey is famous, but I understand that Taylor is more famous in this world. So I can, regardless, I feel confident saying, even though I don't know 7 songs of hers to sing, that if she did a Tiny Desk in 20 whatever, she could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, for the right audience.
For the right audience, she could do it.
If I was in there,
right? Like, you wouldn't go. Like we wouldn't go.
If I had a ticket randomly, I would be standing there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure they'll be the same for her fans going into Beyonce. But
which is weird.
It is, and I'm sure they're thinking it's weird that we don't know anything either. But I think those are probably the only 2 people I can think of off the top of my head that I think could do that at 60, like turn the mic. I don't know. I don't feel confident on anyone else unless you're getting their super fans. Like, I could do that for SZA, but I understand that not everyone listens to SZA.
Maybe Ashanti.
Does she have 7 songs?
I mean, maybe not 7, but she has a few songs that she could.
But we're talking like there's a different. I don't think Ashanti in like history will be known as like iconic as a Chaka Khan was in her time.
That's up to us.
That is up to us, but I don't think she has the. I mean, I love Ashanti. She seems like a very funny girl and like kind. I don't think she has the talent. to go that far. I think her pen is really nice, but I think voice alone, I don't think her voice can do that. Yes, but I don't think her songs at all measure up to Shaka Khan's, and I don't think she's as many as Shaka Khan.
I know, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there, like, people like that maybe could have an audience that they would be able to sing all the songs.
Maybe our point is it just depends on if your fans are there. Because I guess we can make that argument for anyone that, like, even someone we've never heard of, they would be like, are you kidding? You don't know these songs. I mean, it's like, for example, Leanne LaHavis, I could sing her whole entire thing. She could turn the mic, but there's people who would be like, I couldn't do that at all. So maybe it's just your fans.
Yeah.
But I guess in my mind,
some people that will listen to Shaka Khan.
Right. But I guess in my mind, there is a level of stardom that Shaka Khan has reached that puts her in a category. Yes, that puts her in a category separate from.
I think
your
that is what
artist.
we're talking about, generationally, for generations to come.
And it's exactly. And I think maybe our parents had more generational talents when it came to singing, like in their time, than we did.
For sure, because they had to be. It was a different time, and they had to be able to sing. Okay, like you're getting to the top, you have to be able to sing it out. Okay, some of these girls.
That's a good point. It's not just on vibes anymore at that point.
Yeah, because now it's a lot of vibes. Lots of vibes. Lots of, like,
and it's boring. Like
voice singing, like.
And it's just boring. It's like we're still talking about the same thing. Like your man cheated on him, or you're gonna find a man tonight, or you're gonna. It's just like it's boring. Like
yeah, and it's like at least they were talking about that stuff, that they were being creative about it.
Yeah, but yeah,
like our queen Beyonce. Okay. Anyways,
but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I was just like, I can't think of a person. I can't think of multiple generational talents when it comes to singing outside of. I think Adele could do it eventually. Actually,
yeah,
Adele.
That's a good
Adele.
one. I'm like, who else?
Yeah, I think it's like Adele, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, unfortunately, and that's really all I can think of. I don't think Taylor Swift is a generational singer. Let me say that. I just think she is very big. Justin Bieber, I think, could do it too. Even though his reputation right now is a little weird. I know he just had an album. We'll be listening to it, but I do think he's been moved into a different category. I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
And he's 60. He could come out.
He could do it.
Baby.
He could, like, and do Sorry and do, all of, I agree with that. Any others before we move on? Any other men? I feel like we only have one man in there.
I mean, there's not a lot of men singers, so. And I think this is like you said, we're not talking about rappers really, so.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z.
He could do it. Obviously, he could turn the mic when he is 60. So it's time for us to show. Do your tiny desk and turn the mic.
55.
He's close enough. Turn the mic and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, people would do it for him.
I think Kanye could do it. Even though he's crazy, Kanye has enough of a catalog at this point.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I mean, rappers, I think it's different, but I think those two could, for sure.
Okay, well, let's move on, my friend.
Yes.
Who's else on trial?
What did we say we were going to talk about yesterday?
We were going to talk about update on Central Park pool, but there was another thing you wanted to talk about that was good.
It was Nicki Minaj. It was Jay-Z. It was
paternity test.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. So we can talk about this briefly because I'm still like, is this true? But apparently Jay-Z has been summoned to take a paternity test for Rymir. I think his name is
Rymir Satterthwaite. Yeah, yes. Something of that. It's hard. Yeah, Satterthwaite.
So his this child, Rymir Satterthwaite, he has been trying to get a paternity test from Jay-Z for years. His mother was fighting for that when she was alive. She's now passed.
And this is based on a relationship they had in 1992.
Yes. Yep. And so Rymir has been fighting to get a paternity test for years, and he's actually said that he's faced like some intimidation, like his car got like shot at a bunch of times, and he just feels like Jay-Z is um, using his power to like get away from taking this paternity test. He does look a lot like him. And
they've
saying,
also, oh, sorry, go ahead. They've also done DNA tests on the people who were listed on his birth certificate, Rymir, which was the stepfather, and it was not a match.
Yes.
So there have been, just to like, obviously these are all allegations, but just to say, like, there have been other people tested. It's not like they're just going after Jay-Z. This one, they've tested other people and there's been no match, and so they're now kind of like, let's test the other people who potentially could be this, the father. And so this has been going on for basically over a decade. Yes. He says he doesn't want fame. He says he doesn't want fortune. He basically just wants the truth.
Peace.
Exactly.
Like, is this my dad? Right.
And clear his mother's name too. I feel like is part of it. Like,
yeah. Right.
Because, I mean, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
So there's been legal documents. And basically, I'm trying to find. Yes, he basically sat in these legal documents. Rymir has talked about harassment of Jay-Z, disregard of the orders he's done. He's been held like there
decades-long harassment campaign. That's what he said.
Yes, exactly. He believes that. But there's also other evidence, like apparently Rymir's mother, who's Wanda Satterthwaite, before she passed, she left a video recording of her version of events that happened in 1992 with the conception of the baby. There's also like not evidence, but like testimony from Rymir's godmother, who also shared her perspective on it. And a lot of people feel like the rapper might be hesitant, meaning Jay-Z might be hesitant because Wanda was a minor at the time she's alleging there was sex in 1992. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Basically, they're saying that Jay-Z's refusal to resolve these matters in private, so they attempted to resolve this in private, is the reason why they're seeking larger attention, hoping that can kind of usher him and pressure him into doing the paternity test, because he was dodging all efforts when it was trying to get it done in private.
So yeah, and it says, I think as of June 3rd, it was like Jay-Z also told the court he only learned of the latest filing on June 3rd and requested additional time to formally respond, because I think as July 18th, he was...
Not July 18th, because it's July 12th. You're talking about July 18th last year?
No, I'm saying July 18th of this year. I think that was when he was supposed to have taken the
Yes, the test. Yes, you're correct.
Which is like what his lawyers are trying to ask for more time. And so it's very weird though, because I feel like none of the articles that come out are very like clear about what's happening,
This is and I mean, it's all allegations. We'll start there. We don't want to get sued. But one thing I'm saying is this. If to me, I knew there was no chance this person I was going to be their father or mother or whatever.
Of course.
It takes 2 seconds to take the test and then be done. You never have to talk to Rymir. You never have to be. In fact, the headline will be Jay-Z beats the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the attention's back on you and how the people continuously try to put you down. Like this could be resolved in a matter of seconds. It is weird to me that he's hesitant about it.
Yes, and I think like him doubling down and being like, like there's no truth to this claims.
Then take the test.
If he ends up having to take the test and it comes back like that he is the son, it's like that paints a whole different picture of Jay-Z.
It takes a whole different picture because one, we know he had sex with. If these things were true, we would then know he had sex with a 16-year-old, because apparently Wanda was 16 at the time in 1992.
And he was what? 22 or something.
Yeah, he was. It wasn't I mean, it's egregious. Let's start there. Obviously, having sex with a minor is bad, but I don't think he was like 40.
I mean, no, he was 50.
Yeah.
He was 23, I think.
Okay, so he was 22, 23. Okay. So, yes, it would, one, confirm he was having sex with a minor. Two, that he's had a babe this whole time. They've been fighting to get him involved, or at least to knowledge of it, and he's been dodging it.
And he's 32, this person.
Right. Yes, he's our age. That he's like not dodging this. He's been dodging a child he's known who's been trying to get justice the whole time for 32 years. And then it just fucks up the brand, right? The brand of Beyonce and Jay-Z, which is that we are a Black family and we are like healthy. We're staying together no matter what. Right. We're doing it right. And this is now like, well, apparently you have a stepson.
I know. And it's funny. Somebody put it, they were like, if Jay-Z like doesn't have many kids outside of Blue, Sir, and Rumi, that means that like he didn't have his first kid, and so he was like in his 40s or something.
I don't believe that.
And they're just like, for like, that does sound kind of crazy. Like Jay-Z having his first child at 40, like that is like,
in the way, right?
That's like a feat.
That is a feat. I mean, that's a feat. Exactly. That's like you beat a statistic down to the fucking grave, hun. But it's also
like, no, that's not it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's, to me personally, my opinion, I don't believe that. And I'm just like, the way I think he's moving way more conservatively as Beyonce and him became like a more established brand. But prior to that, I'm sure he was moving very reckless. So I could believe he had this is basically, to believe the Rymir situation would be that he has had unprotected sex once. You know what I'm saying? I can believe he has had unprotected sex at least once, you know? And so, and that's all it takes to conceive a baby.
That's all it takes.
And so it's just like
22?
And he was at 22 at the height of his, not the height, but at the time where he was one of the hottest rappers in the game, or starting to come there. Come on, dog.
Or that would even make more sense if he wasn't. Like, if he wasn't the hottest rapper in the game, like, I'm like, Jay-Z at 22.
Yeah, did he have any songs out at 22? I believe he did.
Let's see. 22.
Was he just
at the age of 22? Jay-Z was already immersed in the music industry. What age is it rated? 1984. Hold on. I want to see what. I feel like I sounded like Karen Hugo, where she's like, ho, ho, ho. So he dropped his first album in 1996.
Okay, so he wasn't the Jay-Z we know him as. So this is just literally a nigga having sex.
Baltimore.
A Brooklyn boy having sex.
Yeah, and so it's just like,
well, this is all alleged. This is all allegations.
Yeah, just take the test.
But that's how I feel. Like, when people do things like this, I'm like, then take the test. If you know there's no chance, take the test. You lose nothing, because the headline switches immediately in your favor the second it comes out negative.
That he can't really. I think he's scared to take the test.
I think so too.
I think this is his child, sadly.
They look alike. Like, you know what I'm saying? They look a lot alike, and there's clearly some. They're like,
it's just like, I can't.
You lose. Yeah. To me, it's like this. You're gonna be in a bad situation when if the judge has to force you into it, and you're running out of any more like tactics, and you have to take this test, when you could have done it on your own volition or handled it privately like they initially wanted to do. But then secondly, just go here with me. I'm curious of your thoughts. Say this is all alleged, this is allegations, this is fantasy. Say that this is true, that he takes the test, there is a match, he's the father. Do you think this at all does anything to the brand of Beyonce and Jay-Z? Do you think Beyonce will even care? Do you think, how do you think they move forward with this?
Of course she would care. We wouldn't see any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you think she would care about something like this from when she didn't even date him?
I think she would care that she would have to reckon with this, her husband, abandoned this child when she's raising young children with him, and she's seeing him be this present father, it does change his image a little bit. I don't think,
you think she stays with him? Probably.
Yes. She's gonna stay with him.
Just endures his embarrassment.
Told us that she's not leaving. But yeah, it's like, I don't think she's leaving him. She endures. She maybe she makes a song about, being her perspective of her life. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't shy away of talking about being embarrassed or being whatever in her music, or like her feelings about it. But yeah, I just think that it's making it worse the longer you deny it and like act like this has no truth at all. Like, just do it quiet. Like, I would have just
do it
done it quietly
right. Same.
years ago.
Same.
And then been like, okay, now I'm taking care of this kid.
Right. Like, we can handle this on the low. Like, I'll pay your rent from here. I'll actually buy you a condo in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stay there.
I will take care of you
right.
for the rest of you are my son. I'm
right.
sorry. I would try
exactly.
to have a relationship
I'll
with
get
him.
you a job on Rock Nation.
Yeah, come to the Beyonce concert.
Right. Exactly.
Like, like,
you're a part of us now.
Yes. Period. I mean, that's the right thing to do. Like, if
so
there's any chance of you being
do you think that would happen, or do you think it's just like, oh, he's the match and now he has peace? You said you didn't want any fame or fortune, so
I mean, now it's like, I mean, Rymir,
the least you could do is get him a fucking job at Rock Nation that's high paying. That's the least you could do. People do that to their kids all the time.
He don't need to work for him. Just break him off some money and move the fuck, like, a lot, so where he's set for life.
Like, what's a lot? What are you thinking? What's the money figure?
Like how Cassie got 30 million, something like that. Something like that.
To me, I feel like I feel like this is the thing. If this, now it's public, so say that he eventually has to take the paternity test and it's positive, it's a match, this will be headlines, right? We're going to find out. So to me, I feel like people would look down on Beyonce, unfortunately. Well, I guess there's fortunately and unfortunately, but it's like they would look bad on Beyonce if Rymir is now just like not around. Because I just feel like, I don't know. I remember how people looked at Cardi B once, with bringing Offset's other children around, and she was kind of just like, you're not going to be a good father to my kids and not to these other kids. So like all of Offset's, like his other daughter, they're constantly around. And I know that people look at Cardi B like very positively because of that action, and they're like, that's what a mother should do. Even though Rymir is 32, this is still somebody's kid. This is still somebody's son. I wonder if people would look down on Beyonce, where it's just like, well, now because it's like, y'all have known about this possible son around for decades now, and now that you know that it's a match, y'all aren't integrating him into the fucking family. Like, I wonder if but maybe Rymir doesn't want to be a part of the family. Maybe there's resentment there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he has allegations that somebody's tried to shoot up his car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it'll look. Luckily, this is a situation that is mostly about Jay-Z, and that's how it always is. It's
yes, these women just get embarrassed by these men.
Yeah, and it's just like because he is older, it's not going to be as in the they don't have to show pictures of of them playing or whatever. So it'll always probably just be speculation, of like what that relationship is like. But I would have resentment. I'd be like, you tried to deny me this long. Like, what kind of father are you?
Just having a father. Like, you've tried to deny. Like, there's like
you can relate to this. You had issues with your
right,
father, so
and it's like, fuck the fame, fuck the fortune. You robbed me of just having a father. For years, you dodged it. Exactly, and then you had this is also someone who's not like you didn't have the capacity. You had all the resources in the world. You could have you could have just been flying me around, seeing you once a fucking whatever. Instead you just chose to ignore it. He's probably seen his mother at least struggle to some extent being a single parent, even if you have all the resources in the world. And so it's just like, right. And she passed away. Now and so I just think, I just feel like we have seen this time and time again with Diddy and with, oh my God, who was the other person? Oh, Tory Lanez, where people wanted to resolve these issues in private. And in fact, they ignored that and made it public, and it became terrible. I hope that this should be a lesson that you should just handle these issues in private. They're like, you lose, and I get that why you don't, because you're like, well, you know, like, since no one's around, I can kind of bully you and not do anything you ask. You know, no one's watching. But now everyone's watching. Now everyone sees the pictures and think this is your fucking kid.
Right, it's everywhere. Like,
and now judges are involved in ordering you to do shit.
Oh my god, yeah. She should have took care of this a long time ago. Like, who cares if you have another? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the thing that's a good point, Samantha.
Understand.
That's a good point. Like, if this was resolved 20 years ago when Rymir was 12, we all would have been like, of course he had a kid. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he just would have been around and whatever. But now, at 32, you just look terrible that you've been dodging this fucking thing for decades.
I mean, this would be a big stain on his character, because everybody just gives him, you know, he is hope, like he knows what to do, like, you know, whatever. It's just like, nigga, you have been
deadbeat. Dodge, like, this is not someone who didn't know. This is someone who knew and was actively dodging.
Yeah, and then you want to be father of the year to your
talking about my greatest creation is you. Like, no, and no, you already made that creation in 1992.
It's just sad, you know. But yeah,
I mean, this is all allegations.
I would feel
again
for Beyonce, because it's just like, what?
I fear for all of these women.
She would have been okay with it.
Exactly.
You've done worse.
You've done worse. She would have been okay. Like, it would have been Jewels and this kid around, you know, doing on all their things. It would have been, and it's
this
always
was before her. It's not like she had a baby.
Exactly. And that's why I'm just saying, like, this could have all just been resolved, but now it's messy. And
I think the age wouldn't even have been much of a thing back in the day. Like,
I agree. And now people can, if he has to take the test and it is a match, people can always, you know how they love to drag Nicki Minaj's husband saying he's a pedophile. I can see a world where whenever they talk about him, they have grounds to say the same shit. Like, it doesn't matter if you're 23, 22. If you have a sex with a 16-year-old, that is a minor.
Yeah. I mean, people will have confirmation of a pattern.
Yes, exactly. But we hope justice is served, whatever way that is. But it's just that,
I'm like, you know, I love Beyonce. Like, I don't want anything to, you know, I hate, this is going to be stressful regardless, you know, like, but I hope that he can have that DNA test. I wish it could be handled more privately, because it's just going to be a media circus. And it's just like, why did you wait this long? Like, it pisses me off. But
I wonder if they're going to try to do something where it's like, we'll take the paternity. Yeah, pay them off. That's what they want more. I wonder if they're trying to either be like, we want more time so we can pay them off, or make some type of like, what is it called? Some type of agreement where it's like, I'll take the paternity test, but the results have to be private. Like, they're trying to get some type of paperwork or agreement on the table like that, because it's like, that serves a purpose of where it's like, it doesn't hurt his reputation, but it also it also gives him the answer, and it plays into this whole thing. You said you didn't want fame, you said you didn't want fortune, so here you should be fine with it being in private.
That's not fair to this boy.
Why not? I mean,
I guess it is like fair, but it's just like, he should be able to be like, I got a paternity test. Like, I
feel like this is how I would say that. I would be like, well, one, you're right. It's disgusting. And this is your son. Like, the fact that you're playing like this, like with your son, is terrible. But secondly, I would just be like, no, I want the results to be public, because over this decade that I've had to fight you in court, my picture has been out there. My name, my reputation has taken a public hit, and because of me having to fight you and pursue you for this simple test, you should be able to take that same loss with whatever the result is, because I've already put myself out there publicly.
He's owed to be vindicated,
exactly, vindicate it publicly. Exactly.
Yes, I wasn't wrong. This is my dad.
Exactly.
We're handling it, you know, and even if he like, you know, because maybe they do have resentment or whatever, it's like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, like he deserves to be able to go talk about this if he wants to.
But it's like, if it does come out,
it's
like,
his experience, it's his life.
I agree, but if it does come out positive, it's like, what, they're gonna try to add Jay-Z to the birth certificate? Like, it's just like, it's hilarious. Like, maybe, how far this could go is funny, you know?
I don't know how that works usually. But it's just, I just pray for,
I think it's just another thing where I feel like constantly we're always speculating with the power abuse of these men that are billionaires, that they can spin narratives, they can buy headlines, they can all these things. And it's like, at a certain point, there has to be some integrity and dignity where you're like, this could, like, there might be some truth to this. I do remember this woman. I remember having sex with her. This could be my son. There has to be a boundary with how I pursue this. You would think that would happen, even if you have no relation to this person. It's blood. And these be the main people rapping about how blood, you know, you know, we don't cross the line, you know, they be the main ones rapping about those fucking loyalty shit. At the bare minimum, this is your blood. There should be a way that you pursue this that's different than any of your business deals, with more compassion, more, all of it.
Right. And it's just like, I mean, Jay-Z has rapped about, like, what does the Michael Jackson say? Like, he ain't my child or whatever. What is Michael Jackson lyric about? What? There's a Michael Jackson song about, like, he's not the father. I have to find it now. He's not my son.
Oh, not my son.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Billie Jean.
Yeah. Not there's a Michael Jackson song that's about it. Yes, that is his, like, he has referenced that song because he's saying that it's not his son.
To do all of that, and if this in fact is your son,
right?
What you need to do is a public apology. What you need. And I don't know, I guess Beyonce can continue doing what she's doing, but I do feel like I have to see a public image of showing that, like, we are not going to let this person just now continue to wander the world struggling, right? Like, he didn't ask to be in this world. I created him selfishly or intentionally with this mother. The least I can do is make sure he's not struggling, make sure he's fine, make sure he's good, because I have all the resources in the world to do so.
God. The fact that, like, Beyonce probably would love this child so much. It's like, this is still him, you know? Like, I don't know. It's just, it didn't have to be this big of a deal. It didn't
the
have
crazy
to be
thing
like,
is,
oh, like, I had my first children with, you know, the love of my life. Like, it didn't have to be like that.
The crazy thing, though,
people have children before they get married.
The crazy thing, though, is, like, her and her possible stepson will be, like, what, 13 years apart? Alleged stepson would be, like, what, 13 years apart? Like, not even that much. That's like some siblings have that type of, like, thing.
But Jay-Z's
like,
just so much older.
I know. I feel like, again, I say that to show that it's just already so weird with the really, like, you know, with the, like, ages of all of these things. Like,
I just feel like Beyonce will probably just,
she doesn't need to acknowledge it.
She'll just take on she just has so much experience. I feel like she just has an older soul to people. Like, you know, like, she could still be a mother figure too.
I agree. I mean, if I was Beyonce, I wouldn't do it publicly, but I would be like, from here on out, we need to invite him to every family gathering. We need to make sure he's good. We need to make sure he has a good, like, you know, where he's staying he owns it. We're going to, you know, we talk about generational wealth with all these other kids. We're going to make sure he has some type of right. Some type of asset. You need to be building relationship. I'm going to invite him to these things. You know, it's like, we are
to meet Blue. Like,
exactly
be out here with the brother.
Exactly. We are going right, because then it makes it better. So when Beyonce and Jay-Z are no longer around, and it is those siblings, that it's not some weird shit happening. You know, it's like, we're going to make this right, and we don't have to post anything about it or whatever. And maybe one day in 7 years, we'll see a family picture sometimes when she puts up family pictures and he's randomly in the background. But it's like, that's what I would do as a woman. You know, that's what I would do.
And it's just like, yes, me too. As a woman, I would be like, this boy is still young. He's 32. He's our age.
Yes. Like, I need my parents.
I need help. Okay. Like, help
and especially
me.
if he's still living in New York. This
And
is a person that's born and raised in New York.
And this also changes because I'm pretty sure Rymir has children, so Jay-Z would be
oh
a grandfather.
Wow, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
let it be messy. Like Beyonce has had a messy.
Her fucking father, yes.
So it's just like she is not a. You guys will still have. You guys, I mean,
your brand could be salvaged, but it depends. Go ahead.
No. Yeah.
No, you go.
No, that was it.
No, I feel like your brand can be salvaged, but your steps you're taking right now really will determine that. Because I feel like if he fights this tooth and nail to the point where the judge has to force it and then it comes out publicly, I feel like he's going to always have pedophile under his name and deadbeat under his name.
I just am like, it does reflect badly on Beyonce, because then it's like, you know, she's singing these songs about, this is like probably more like a Beehive buzz, whatever. But okay, internet, like, we love Beyonce down. Like, we don't need to say this every time, but I just want people to know, it's just like, when we talk about this, it's like from real deep love. But I just feel like Beyonce singing about how much she loves him, like, I'll never leave him, and like whatever, it's like, I don't know. And like Jolene, I just feel like I don't know, I agree. It just doesn't look good when it's just like this is happening in the background, and again, it just reflects, it makes it like kind of reflect poorly on her, when it's just like, these are not
her issues
that she that she would have made. She's just trying to live her life and whatever. I
agree.
Like, and it's just like, I would, if I, like, again, as a woman, I would be like, go take that damn paternity. If you don't go take that damn paternity test, like,
I agree.
I feel like I would see how this would blow up in our face years later.
I agree. And that's the thing that I think she might get a little heat for, unfortunately, even though, again, it's, again, these women having to just take the heat for their men. But it's just like, I do think, like, I think I was reading that, like, one of the earliest court documents was, like, as of 2015. So let's just assume, like, if that even was the first one, that's 10 years ago. So it's just like, as a woman, some people might think for 10 years you knew that there's a possible son out there for your husband, and you did nothing.
She knew.
This was public. Like, this, like, it was funny, but like, I literally was telling Julia this, like, I have been hearing rumors of a potential son for Jay-Z since I remember the earliest I heard was in 4th grade. I remember someone said it in 4th grade, and I remember it distinctly and being like, what? And someone was like, yeah, you didn't hear the rumors. Like, so I say that to say, this has been a public rumor for a very long time. So it's just I
just want him to take the test. Like,
so somebody might look at Beyonce and think, this rumor has been around for a long time, and you as a woman, you as a potential mother of his children, now wife, whatever you want to say, just kind of allowed him to not take the test, like, you know, like, and to stand by him in that way. Right. And I'm not saying that's how I feel, but I'm saying some might interpret it as that. And that's what I'm saying. This could all be done over in a matter of seconds, where he just takes the test. Maybe he's like, well, that's a slippery slope, because then there's probably billions of people that say I'm their kid, and I'm just going to have my fucking, you know, do a DNA test every day. But I'm like, this is to the point where a judge is ordering it. There must be some validity here. Something's adding up with timeline. Something's adding up with, you know what I'm saying?
And then if it really comes out that, like, there was some intimidation, it's just like, boy, you are tripping.
All this to serious. Not find out that you got a kid? Come on, man.
And you have all the money in the world.
Men have to be more responsible for who they're having unprotected sex, because it's just like, for having unprotected sex, because it's just like, it's not that serious. If you're big and bold enough to have unprotected sex, you should be big and bold enough to then take a fucking test for it.
I just don't get it. Like, I just feel like if I had all the money in the world,
it would be nothing. I would just throw money at this.
I would want to know. I would be like, I need to, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be out here not taking care of somebody when I have it. Like,
I think it's all about the brand. I think to him, unfortunately, this is all my opinion. This is fantasy, alleged, but I just feel like
it's not that serious, bro.
for him, it's the brand would be so collapsed that he'd rather just make this
Now,
person go into hiding than to actually.
the truth will always come out, and the truth shall set you free. And the sooner you face the truth, and he's Sagittarius, he should know better. Like, because, like, what? I mean, again, this is all alleged, but yeah, there's just no excuse. Like, there's no excuse.
That's how I feel. There's no excuse to
the amount of times you've been in New York, living in New York.
Y'all were living in New York prior to the cheating. Prior for you had to switch the area code.
And that's the thing. It's just like the brand is already imperfect.
There's holes in it.
And
holes.
that's okay. Like, that's, everybody's gonna be like that. Y'all are human. Like Beyonce, I feel like getting on the stage, like, I feel like that's a part of her brand too. It's just like, you guys love me even though I'm like flaws and all, you know?
I mean, the elevator fight. Come on now. Like, it's like there's been so many things that has shown us y'all are not a united front all the time, which is fine. Not everyone is.
It's
but this is my thing. If it's true, there is absolutely no excuse for any parent to not be involved in a child's life when you know you have the child there. And in his case, this is not a guy who just appeared in 2025. You have known that this might have been your son for a very long time. There is absolutely no excuse that you didn't just like get the truth out of it. Like, let's just take the test so we can clear it up because I want to be in your life as much as possible, you know?
Right.
And so the earlier we take the test, I can be in your life longer. And then secondly, to take and then to then take the test. So it's just like, for me, it's just like to me, it will, if it's true, it will always tarnish his reputation from here on out for me, because it's like, there's no excuse. You could have deaded this 10 years ago, but you didn't. There's no excuse. And no child
could have been living a cute little life.
Right. No child, whether it's, conceived through love, one night stand, whatever, should have to deal with this.
Maybe it was because of like the age difference.
But again, that's not I agree, it could be that, but that's not the child's problem. That's the dad and the mother's problem for having sex when you knew it was illegal. And mostly the person who is the older one. So the older person is mostly your problem because you knew this was inappropriate. That should not be the child's burden that they have to carry.
I agree 100%. I just am like, wow. I really wonder what's going to happen.
I really wonder what happens, but again, I play that justice is served like whoever, what's true is true.
Child deserve. I can't imagine being him. Like being 32 at this age and just wanting to know. Like, I might go crazy. Like, I might go like, I might go crazy just wanting to know this. And like, also having the world just talk shit about you, just like, no, like, you're not his son. Like, it's just like, what? That's so sad. And the last thing I was going to say is just like, this could have been so cute. Like, Jay-Z with his, like, he looks so much like him. Like, he could be in, like, like you said, give him a job.
He could have been in music videos. He could have been, right. Like, he could have been all good. Y'all love to talk about generational wealth and all this stuff. You could have set this little black man
up. You could have been rapping about him.
Right. We could have
found out about Maria.
Right, exactly. I mean, I think about Drake. Like, Drake for so long tried to hide his kid, and now his kid is like part of his brand and is around, and we all love Adonis. Like, there are ways to do this. There's ways to do this, but regardless, I think we both can agree that, like, if you want this to be over, take the test. Secondly, if it's true, you have to be man enough and strong enough to take whatever backlash you get, because he has been trying to get this test done for years now.
You should probably do an interview, honestly.
Yes, this is damage control at this point.
Because people look up to him so much.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a mistake. The biggest mistake I did was like not just take this test back when it started.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was young and
I was too worried about protecting an image. I was too worried about whatever.
And like, it's just like,
people respect that.
And people, you can't just let this
It's a child. I don't care how old they are. It's a child. And this is even worse. I feel like him being older is worse in my opinion, because it's like you've had 32 years to neglect this.
Exactly.
You know? Rather than 5 or 4.
Yes. And that's why it's just like I feel it's just like, yeah, this really hurts his brand. Like, it's really not about the family.
And yes.
Because it wasn't perfect I think this really affects the way people look at him, because especially because a lot of like people that look up to him, especially black men, like that have complicated relationships with their fathers, listen to his music because they can relate in that way. And then to see that you turned around and did that, it's just like some people's not going to respect that, and that's fair.
No, I think that's a good point. And I just feel like I remember we talked about this, Anthony Edwards, like months ago, about how he like found out that he took the paternity test, it was a match, and he just paid all the child support up front for 18 years. Like, he gave the girl a lump sum of like something millions of dollars, just to be like, I don't want to be a part of this kid's life at all for the entirety of its life, but I will give you the money. That is disgusting. But even at the same time, he at least took some responsibility. He took the test and financially like put up the money. This is a situation where there's no test, and there's no test one, but even if there is a test, I don't know if there has to be some type of accountability, I guess. Even if you were young, 22, there has to be some type of accountability, and we'll leave it at that. But
yeah, there has to be. There's gonna have to be something, because this doesn't look good. But anyway.
The last thing I want to touch on, though, was an update on Central Park Pool. So they did reopen it, and there has been now a shutdown again because there were people pooping in the pool. And so I just say this. I really do think it's like a COVID thing now, where it's just like some people just don't know how to act in public. Hence the fighting, hence now the pooping. And it's just like,
it's a huust pool too.
It's just disgusting. It's inconsiderate. Like, there's a level of inconsiderate, like, to poop in a pool.
For sure. But it's just funny because just as a previous lifeguard, I've seen people do nasty stuff. Like, and this is when I was, early like 2008 or something. Like, I remember somebody's kid, like, threw up in the pool, and like they were just trying to, like, lift it out, and like they didn't want me to like stop to like shock the water and do like what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh, like, it's okay, we just took it out of the water. I'm like, no, everybody out, like, we gotta shock the pool. And so like, to see the size of that pool, yeah, and it's not like a wave pool, it's just like a solid,
just sitting there.
Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, things like that people are peeing in that pool for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just too big. It's way too big. You're going to have to shock that shit every 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
It's just like, I think it has to go back to my original thing. Unfortunately, it cannot be free. Like, I just feel like it has to be, because I feel like paying to something gives you a different orientation to the experience of it than something free. And I think that and then I also just am like, it's just gross. Like, it's just, to me, there's no excuse. Like, there's nothing anyone can tell me. It's disgusting.
I'm actually like just really like disappointed in New York. They should have made this a lane pool. Where people go
yes. Swim laps. Yeah, like if you're coming, you're swimming.
This is an adult pool.
Yes,
but that we have children time during the day.
Yes.
And then it turns into swim practice. Like, that's the only way to have a pool in that space. And
I agree.
Like you said, you would be paying memberships. Like, you would be paying things to upkeep. So the people that are in the pool respect the pool, get it. It's like, it's a controlled environment. They weren't thinking. They
weren't thinking. This is
like New York could handle this.
This is like a pipe dream, I'm sure, of some philanthropist who's like, I would love a pool, public pool in Central Park. And it's like, the thoughts are really great and it's beautiful sentiment, but we have to make ourselves understand that we live in reality. We live in New York City, where like people are inconsiderate at times. People have no fucking home training at times, and to put this public pool there, they're going to fuck it up. Basically.
And I'm gonna be real about that. I think that in any generation, to put this big ass pool and like have it just be a free for all like this,
it's
just not a good idea across the board. Like, just knowing how pools work, they need it needs like to have that structure of like different times to do for different things. But anyways, that just makes me want to go to the pool. Oh yeah, this is my last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna end it. I just want to say, can I vent just real quick? I just feel like summer as an adult is just so different, and it just makes me so sad because I feel like my feelings about summer are changing. Like,
you're joining my side.
I know. I mean, I'm never gonna be a cold person. Like, that's just no. I love spring. I love like that perfect weather that comes like going into the fall. But it's just so hot, and it's just like I'm realizing that like what I used to love about the summer so much is that I would be in the water. You know, like for those that don't know, I was a swimmer. Obviously, I was a lifeguard. So I would spend my days at the pool, and it's just like that's what I loved about the summer. It's just like staying cool at the pool, and it's just like because I can't do that every day because I have to work, and like, you know, the weather is just like, oh, is it gonna rain today? Like, you know, I just feel like summer, it's just better to have like when we just had nothing to do all day, you know what I mean? Like when it thundered, it didn't really matter because we already spent so much time there. Like, I don't know, I just am sad about.
I mean, it definitely hits different as a kid. I think part of it is that we have to work, like we don't have the summer off. But I do think the heat. I mean, I'm glad you're understanding this. I've always been, and mosquitoes. I've always been a person, even at like 7, being like, it's just too hot for me. Like, I can't fully enjoy my time outside because it's just too hot. And I think that I still feel that way, but I do think that like obviously, and it's getting hotter, and I do think that
it wasn't always this hot. I don't
know. I wasn't, and I do think it's getting hotter, and then we have to work in this heat. We have responsibilities and errands to run in the heat. We're taking care of dogs, so it's just different. But I agree. I think there's something.
Enjoy it. It's
sad. There's a sparkle to summer when you're a kid, right? Versus now.
Goodness. Yeah. And I think it's because I think for me it's because like I could be in the water, like cooling in the heat. Cause like yesterday I didn't even go to the I didn't go to the Jazz in the Park because I'm just like I don't want to be outside.
Girl, so we changed the time, everything just for you not to go to Jazz in the Park.
I could have done it at 6 actually. I thought about it after. But it was better for me. I didn't go to Jazz in the Park because I'm just like it's gonna be too hot. I'm gonna be sweating. And that's another thing. I sweat more as an adult, and there's gonna be mosquitoes. It's just like I don't like being outside anymore, and it sucks. Like I want to go to the pool.
Well, R.I.P. I don't know if it's coming back unless you become just like that feeling. Unless you're like a stay-at-home.
No, I'm just gonna
mother.
I just need to work from home and live in a place that has a really nice pool. That's like if I've moved to LA. That would be great. Like I can see it happening again in my life. It just will be a different season. And anyways, hope you guys are staying cool out there, enjoying your summer. Send us any like summer ideas. I would love to know what you guys are doing this summer.
Absolutely. And next week we had an email come to our email. So next week we're going to be talking about the Justin Bieber album and all those good stuff.
Yesterday called Swag.
Yep.
And it's funny, people are comparing it to the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers like album covers.
Oh, okay. Covers.
Like the covers like gotcha. The same, like he's like with his baby and all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, we will listen to it. I saw Sexy Red is on there.
And we should just like also next week talk about like, because I feel like he's been in the media for the past couple of months, and then now it's like this album. I wonder if so we'll get into all of it.
I know, right? It's kind of interesting. All right, y'all. Have a great day. We love you. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcast. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.